So I've been getting this question quite often ever since the Galaxy S20 FE and the S21 FE both have gone on to sale with some crazy discount, both from Flipkart and Amazon. So on Amazon, you can get the S20 FE 5G potentially for 25,000 rupees. So 2,000 rupees Amazon coupon on top of 3,000 rupees, so basically 28,000 rupees. And then if you have an SBI credit card, you can get further 3,000 rupees discount. So 25,000 rupees is the price that you can get the S20 FE 5G from Amazon. And the S21 FE 5G can be had for about 31,000 rupees from Flipkart. So there is a price gap of 5,000 rupees. So is it worth getting the S21 FE 5G over the S20 5G by spending 5,000 more? So in my opinion, I'm not gonna make this video too big. In my opinion, no, it's not. I feel the S20 FE 5G is a better, well-rounded phone than the S21 FE 5G, and here are my reasons. So I've been using the S20 FE 5G for quite a few months now. I have made a detailed review on it, camera review on it. I've covered this phone in detail, and I have done like severe testing on this phone. I have done a lot of tests on this phone, objective testing to determine its performance, camera performance, and everything. Okay, now let's get to the point. Actually, first I'm going to list out the reasons why you may want to get the S21 FE 5G. May want, okay? So let's get to it. So the S21 FE 5G is a newer phone, right? So it's got the better display. So the S21 FE 5G, the display can go up to 1200 nits. So that's really bright, the S21 FE 5G. Whereas the S20 FE 5G has the older AMOLED display and it can go up to 800 nits. So that's what it is. But in my opinion, in practice, the S20 5G it's good enough, guys. It's good enough. In indoors, there is absolutely no issue. When going outdoors, you have to crank the brightness all the way up and put it in auto brightness mode to get the best legibility. But it's enough, guys. There is no issue. There is no problem seeing the S20 5G screen outdoors. Obviously, S21 is better. The HDR experience on the display is better with the S21 FE. It's a newer phone, newer display. So that it is. S21 FE 5G has the better display. Second point would be the S21 FE 5G has technically the superior processor in terms of benchmark numbers and all that. That's because it's got a processor which is similar to a Snapdragon 888. Okay, so this Exynos 2100. I don't hate the processor. It is actually a monumental upgrade over the Exynos 990. The Exynos 990 was a disaster. So technically the Exynos 2100 is actually superior to the Snapdragon 865, but I'll come into more details where it is not. Okay. Thirdly, the S21 FE 5G will actually let you shoot 3x portraits. So you can use the 3x optical zoom to shoot portraits. And trust me, the 3x optical zoom for portraits is beautiful. You can get amazing looking portraits with the 3x zoom. But again, there is a caveat. I'll come to it when I talk about the S20 5G. Just wait. The S21 FE 5G has the same front-facing camera, but the quality is better. So I think it's got a better upgraded sensor, and also the processing is better with the S21 FE 5G. So the selfies are actually significantly better with the S21 FE 5G. And the final most important point that many people are considering is updates. The S21 FE will get update up to Android 14, whereas the S20 5G will get updated up to Android 13. The S20 will get security updates till I think October of 2024, whereas the S21 FE will probably get security updates up until 2026. So these were the reasons why you may want to consider the S21 FE 5G over the S20 5G. Now let me come back to the S20 5G. Reasons to consider the S20 FE 5G over the S21 FE 5G. Number one, price. S20 5G is again 5,000 rupees cheaper. That's a significant amount. Number two, the S20 5G has a charger in the box. The S21 FE 5G doesn't have. Number three would be the S20 FE 5G has micro SD card support, which the S21 FE 5G doesn't have. So if you are a heavy shooter, like you shoot a lot of videos and images, you shoot a lot of 4K videos, so the external micro SD card removable storage is very handy for that. Number three, the Snapdragon 865. The Snapdragon 865 is definitely a lot more efficient compared to the Exynos 2100. It throttles less than the Exynos 2100, and the main advantage for me is the Adreno GPU. Since I play a lot of emulation games, you can check that video on my channel. I have shown how you can play PlayStation 2 games on Android using emulators like Aether SX2. It is an amazing experience, and all these emulators are optimized very well for the Adreno GPU. So it was a no-brainer for me. The Snapdragon 865 is one of the best processors made by Snapdragon ever, and the Adreno GPU works really well with emulators, and I'm able to play some amazing quality emulated games on my Samsung smartphone, and that's great. Number 4, I forget the count. The next reason would be Gcam mod. So remember when I told you about the S21 FE 5G being able to shoot 3x portrait zoom, for portraits using 3x optical zoom, whereas the S20 FE 5G is not allowed to shoot the 3x portraits, 3x optical zoom portraits. But what the S20 FE 5G does is that it supports Gcam mod. I have given the link to the Gcam mod. Once you take a look at my video where I talked about the low light camera performance of the S20 FE 5G, I have linked the Gcam mod on the pinned comment on that video. Go and take a look at that. The S20 FE 5G has got Gcam mod support, and it works flawlessly. Gcam mod works flawlessly for ultra wide, main camera, and the zoom. But I don't use Gcam mod for the ultra wide and the main camera or for shooting videos. The reason I use the Gcam mod is only for the zoom camera, and here's why. Whether you buy an S22 Ultra or the S22 or S21 FE or whatever Samsung phone or any other phones in the market, when there is a lack of light in the surrounding and you want to shoot a picture with a 3x zoom, almost all camera brands actually don't switch to the 3x zoom. It instead crops with the main camera and then takes the picture, and that results in a really crappy zoom image. There is a lot of noise reduction, so there is no detail in the image. The image becomes blotchy with artifacts, and it doesn't look good. You can easily tell that the camera has not used the 3x zoom to shoot that zoomed image. It is actually using the cropped sensor. But since the S20 FE 5G supports Gcam mod, you can easily use the Gcam mod with the 3x zoom and shoot some amazing looking 3x optical zoom portraits or 3x zoom pictures in the low light. Because in Gcam mod you can actually force use the 3x optical zoom and that's the reason the optically zoomed images with the S20 5G looks so good. I have shown you many samples on my dedicated low light camera review of this S20 5G. You can go and take a look at that. I don't consider the benefit of the 3x optical zoom portraits of the S21 FE. I don't consider it as an advantage. You have Gcam mod with the S20 5G, problem is solved. Then I would have to mention about battery life. The battery life on the S20 5G is amazing. I have shown you battery life samples in my previous video, but battery life has been superb. I mostly use Wi-Fi. I don't use mobile data that much because I'm working from home. I'm mostly on Wi-Fi, and on Wi-Fi the battery life is amazing. If you're using 120Hz mode, you're going to get something around let's say 7.5 hours, and if you're using the power saver mode and at 60 Hz, then you can get something like around 8 hours plus screen on time. That's amazing. That's brilliant. And also, if you use power saving mode, there is no loss to performance, guys. Here are some thermal throttling test results from the S20 5G using power saver mode, and you can see even with 30 minutes of CPU thermal throttling, you are still getting way above 200,000 GIPS scored, which is amazing. And actually it beats the S21 FE with the Exynos 2100, because the peak performance of the Exynos 2100 is more than the Snapdragon 865, but the Snapdragon 865 is just able to maintain its performance for longer. That's just a benefit. So basically at the end, I would like to say, because of the advantage of the Adreno GPU and better support for emulators, the support for Gcam mod with the S20 5G, the better battery life with the S20 5G, and obviously the cheaper price tag, and also you got external SD card support and the battery in the box. So all these features basically propel me to say the S20 5G is the better deal than the S21 FE, and basically at 30,000 rupees price range, this S20 FE 5G is a no-brainer. It's the best phone from 20,000 rupees up until 35,000 rupees in my opinion. If you want to do hardcore gaming and you are considering phones like the Xiaomi Mi 11T Pro 5G or the iQOO 9, just buy a thermoelectric cooler and put it on the back of the S20 5G, and you will get great gaming experience with the S20 5G. Thermal throttling will be gone. where whatever little thermal throttling there is, it will be gone and you will get great gaming experience. So in my opinion, the S20 5G is the better choice over the S21 FE 5G, and it's overall one of the best phones that you can buy in this sale as well. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Do let me know your thoughts on the S21 FE 5G, and if you're new to the channel, then please subscribe. Let's get to 1000 subscribers as soon as possible. Alright guys, take care. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.